Hey guys, welcome back to the K-pop segment of A Necessary Commentary, the K Korner.
Welcome back.
Yes.
Hey.
With your host, Ari,
Hi.
Kaya,
Hi.
Paris,
Hey.
Alyssa,
Hi.
Leah,
Hey.
and me, Anaya. Woo! Yes. All right. How you guys doing? Everybody doing great?
I'm excited.
Good.
I'm excited for this
Yeah,
year
this is
episode.
I'm excited too. We get into a lot of stuff today, y'all. Okay.
We got
We're
some
getting
goodies
into-
for you guys.
Yes, we got some goodies. Okay. Oh, it's a lot, but it's gonna be fun. All right, let's just get into it then. All right, so we're gonna start off by talking about some recent comebacks. That happened last month.
Recent.
I mean, yes, both of them are recent. Recent, as in last month. They both came out.
They
last
may
month.
not be from this year, but they are
Yeah.
still
New Year.
pretty
I mean,
recent.
Yeah, since that it hasn't been really much that came out in January, since we're only 3 days in, 3-4 days
I thought we were
in.
talking about
3 days into it.
Oh no, because that's not a recent comeback that we're talking about.
Yeah, that shall be for a later date, and that's just completely random.
Yes. Yes. All right. So the recent comebacks we're going to talk about today is NCTU's Universe Let's Play Ball and ATEEZ's The Real. Okay. So which one should we go into first? Which one? I feel like we'll do NCT first, since ATEEZ I'll have to kind of explain what's going on in that video.
One.
Yeah. So what y'all think about NCTU's Universe?
I liked it.
You know
I
what?
liked the choreography.
Yeah,
It was
good.
it for some reason it just seemed like a very familiar music video. I feel like it's very the same style I've watched many times before, like them in the street clothes, playing sports or whatever. A lot of close-ups. So many Mark close-ups. Oh my gosh, he was everywhere.
I wasn't mad at it.
Kept getting whiplash.
It was funny.
The funniest thing.
It's funny you say that though, Ari.
Why?
Oh, because like I said, it felt so familiar. It reminded me of EXO's old comebacks. Like something about it. I think them being in their school outfits, things like that. Like it gave me universe vibes, but then all of the bright colors kind of reminded me of Power. Like that kind of vibe, that nostalgic.
They all SM town, so you're gonna get a lot
style.
of the same feels from it.
That's true.
Yeah. Feeling.
Yes. I really love the choreo. Nice, the choreo is amazing. After watching it, I couldn't wait for the dance practice to come out. I was like, I just really need to look at this choreo clearly. Especially Shutado, one of the new members of NCT. I love the way he dances. He completely killed it. I
want to say, what was it when the bass dropped and they went into their in sync dance?
Yes.
I was like, okay, I'm gonna memorize that right now, because
I know I want to learn it, but I don't know. I don't think I have the capabilities right now. But Xiaojun's vocals, I love the note he hit at the end. But I expected that from Xiaojun. He always kills it with his vocals every time. I love there was a lot of colorful hair going on. It was like Jaemin had orange hair, Jungkook had pink hair, Yang had green hair. And I was just like, my goodness, a lot of color going on.
It was almost green with a hint of blue in it. It felt like it looked like a galaxy / ocean.
Yes. I loved that Jungkook wore a purple pullover, because that's my favorite color. I thought it was amazing. I was like, okay, we're here. All right.
He definitely has caught your interest.
Yes. I was like, yes, Jungkook, you're wearing my favorite color. Oh my god, yes. Okay. I also the only thing I didn't like is that I felt like Young didn't get enough lines or screen time in the video. It was it and I felt bad because if you look at their reaction, you can tell Young is kind of hurt in the back when if you look at their reaction video to it, like you can tell Yang is kind of like, oh, this is nice, but you can barely see me. And I was just like, oh, it hurts.
I did feel like he came in like a minute, like the last minute type thing. Like I feel like I had watched most of the video and I was like, okay, they're wrapping up, and then he kind of appeared and I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought when I first watched it. I was like, okay, oh yeah, Young. And I'm like, why is he
where have you been?
Yeah, I was like, okay, yeah, they did him dirty again. Yeah, and then it hurt even more watching them react to it, and he just like kind of looking salty, like I was barely in it, but okay. I think okay. Oh, Leah, I think she'll be back. She's having a technical difficulty, so she'll be back. So yeah, that's what all the stuff I liked about this music video. Anything else, y'all?
I mean,
I want to add. I heard that y'all thought, I heard you thought some people was fine. I mean, who?
I realized that as you guys were talking, I wasn't fully paying attention to the music video at all. I was so busy just looking at the dudes. I didn't even, you guys talking about synchronized scene and stuff, and I'm like, I didn't pay attention to any of that.
The scenery, Kamaya, the actual dancing, the vocals, the fashion, it just all got skipped.
I just saw that someone had a bat and it looked sporty. And
wow.
Oh wow.
So who was catching your attention mostly?
I would have to go back and really look, but I think Mark was catching most of my attention.
Because Mark was like all of the close-ups on his face, the whole half of the music video.
Mark, he was like giving me like the bit of eyeshadow, and I'm like, "Ooh, wow,
yeah,
you got it going on, dude." Yeah,
literally, my first bullet point was Mark is iconic because his whole
kills
vibe
everyone.
is amazing.
It's just I feel bad for him and Hae-chan because like they do a lot. They're like in pretty much almost every unit, so they have to like do a lot of songs, and I was just like, I don't know how they do it.
And that like the energy to bring like the top dancing, because they're mostly front and center for a lot of the stuff.
Yes, they like Hae-chan's like mostly the like main vocals of a lot of the songs, and then like Mark does a lot of the main raps and everything. It's for every unit, and it's like,
which I'm not mad at, but at the same time, you have like 28 other members we could share it with. Again, going back to certain people where like
they could have gave exactly. But they could have gave Young a little bit more,
especially because he's a rapper. Like he could have taken some lines.
Yeah, I felt so bad. Oh man, I was hurt.
But what do we expect from SM at this point?
True. They're not the best.
True.
I mean, it's weird. I feel like they create the best. They're just awful people.
Yeah. That's what I feel about JYP. Like he has an eye for talent, but it's just the way
he gotta treat the talent so badly.
Yeah, it's just horrible.
JYP has issues of his own. We could focus on that later.
The sight of JYP gets on my nerves. Okay, I'm sorry, JYP. I mean,
the sight of SM gets on my nerves.
True.
I remember when I first saw him, I was like, oh.
You obviously just discover talent because we're lacking in some areas.
I was I ain't about to get into JYP. I got a lot to say about JYP, so let's just like move on because I was about to go in on JYP.
We should have we're gonna have a later episode just talking about all the CEOs because I think we have things to say about every single one of them.
Yeah,
I mean,
all of them are a mess, but for completely different reasons at the same time.
Exactly. We're definitely having an episode talking about the CEOs because we have a lot to say about them.
I really like how we're picking fights with people. For episode 1, we're going after the army. In this one, we're planning.
Okay,
to go after
not get after
army.
The
CEOs though, but when it comes to the CEOs, I feel like almost everyone can agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone can agree on that.
Yeah.
SM, even with what we're gonna talk about later, they did nothing. We're gonna get into that later though. We're gonna get into that later. So stay tuned,
Are you sure,
y'all,
Naya? You seem like you're ready for it now.
It's a lot, so I'm kind of not ready. It's like a lot to like unfold, but I'm just saying, SM.
Well, let's get to the next.
You ain't okay. Yes. All right. So now ATEEZ the real.
Amazing.
I will say,
awesome.
This one gave me some whiplash simply because I understand nothing about like the actual storylines and universe and everything like that. It just kept jumping from scene to scene, and I was like, "Whoa!"
Okay, this one does not have anything to do with the storyline. So with their like it did have a storyline, but just for that like MV,
an
but it did
storyline.
Yeah, it did have like storyline in the MV, but it didn't have anything to do with their actual like ATEEZ
the main one.
Yeah.
I'm actually very glad that you mentioned that, because while I was watching, I was looking for some pirate hats and some gloves or something. I was looking for it.
So yeah, I thought it would have had something to do with their storyline, their actual storyline, because of what happened in Deja Vu and the way like your song was like the way that your song was like kind of like in the background, not like fully like with them, just like watching from afar. And I'm thinking like, oh, okay, I mean, even we'll get to like the ATEEZ storyline like in that later episode. But that's why I thought it had something to do with it. And I'm really trying to like put things together, but it wasn't working. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just wait till they react to it, because usually they let us know, that's what I appreciate about ATEEZ, because they're the only ones who actually know stuff about their storyline.
Let's talk about what y'all just saw for like some common courtesy.
Yeah. So
BTS.
Oh, real. I am just, it's not fully there with that BTS. That
it
BTS
really
universe.
isn't. It's been
I thought I had
3
it.
years.
I took notes and everything, and it's still not clicking. Oh man,
just like I feel like we know
really
the gist of it.
Yeah, I know
like,
the gist of it, but there's like certain things in there that's kind of fuzzy, and I don't know.
Yeah.
That's
but anyways,
because Naya was supposed to explain it to
I know because I still, it's still fuzzy. You know what I mean? I'm trying. I got the notes. Actually,
it takes
I lost
a long
the notes.
time to try and put these things together, Paris.
It's a lot. It's a lot to that storyline. Oh my goodness, like for it's a lot. But anyways, back to ATEEZ.
First off, let me just say how beautiful it is to see Mingi just like fully back in action.
I know.
Yeah, and his mullet was amazing.
I loved his mullet.
His mullet was amazing.
I wasn't expecting
the mullets. I feel like every comeback I feel see at least one of them in a mullet though.
I completely understand that. It seems like that mullets is like at some point every group has that one member.
I thought it was gonna be like a K-pop phase, but now I'm like, is this just here to stay?
I think it is. It seems like
I feel like at some point it'll go away, but like I love the mullet
right now. It's a thing. Yeah, I mean, I kind of like it. I think Mingi rocked it. I liked it.
Well, he looked good in it. I'm just saying. I was like, why is it every single comeback one of y'all has got to be sporting this thing?
That's true. Because even in this era that they have right here, Hongjoong right here. Yeah, the leader. He was rocking a mullet in this era. Say my name, which is hilarious.
Yeah, but had that one was like the most iconic one.
Yeah, I actually really liked Hongjoong's mullet. Anyways, all right. So anyway, the real. I really love this video. I watched it like so many times. I just really love the choreo. It's one of my favorites. I really oh yeah, like I was telling you guys earlier, I didn't know that this was performed, or I don't remember it being performed on Kingdom, but yeah, apparently it was on episode 10, and I rewatched it again, like maybe like yesterday or a couple of days ago, and because Alyssa was telling me, she's like, yeah, if you look up the real ATEEZ, then you'll see that it's on Kingdom, and I was like, I literally watched Kingdom, and I watched every episode, and I have I don't remember.
Apparently not close enough.
I know.
What's so weird
I guess
is that we watched that episode together, and you still missed it.
Did we?
Yes. That was the last episode when they announced the winner, huh?
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. I was like, we were really tired and we skipped. We skipped to the performances.
Oh, maybe I just don't remember because we was really sleepy when we was watching the last episode. Okay, so maybe that's why. Because I rewatched it and none of that whole performance rung a bell, and I was like, oh yeah, when?
I'm glad.
What episode was this?
I'm just not the only one that be skipping through some of them episodes just to get to the performances.
You know, at some point, I was like, all right, I don't need to see like them practicing for it and the rehearsals and everything. Like I
didn't have the patience for like the build up and a lot of those.
Yeah, me too.
We usually don't, but we were really tired. It was late at night and we were like, at this point, we don't even care. Yeah. We just want to know who the winner is. So we just watched performances.
Yeah, we were just
and later on we're gonna discuss how I was still slightly irritated because I felt like a lot of prejudice was used in that whole thing.
There was a specific group that I felt like was done dirty whole time.
A couple of groups were done dirty that whole time.
No, yeah. But I feel like that specific group was just they did them dirty, but that's a different topic.
We'll get to that later. But a lot of those, I was just like, I know y'all want to talk and build up all this hype and give me a whole bunch of explosions, but can I just watch them sing and dance?
Yeah. On that last episode, I was like, all right, skip this and just watch the performances and see who wins. Even though the winner, it was like I kind of expected.
Yes.
Yeah. The winner was
Yeah.
Okay. Back to the music video.
Okay. Yes.
I thought that they like every single one of them were so powerful. Like they had the most. Like they look so like important, amazing.
Saying with that like one hair hanging down.
Yes,
I loved it.
San and when Wooyoung and San were like walking down like the hallway and everything. And then Seungwa when he opened the door, just amazing.
Oh yeah, that one little line they kept saying those like lines in the
right. And like I kept watching it and I was like, why do I feel like they trying to do like a almost Felix Stray Kids type vibe, but no offense, it looked nice, but y'all ain't got the voice for it. Like it made me laugh every time I would see like they would stop and like say something. I would just laugh because I was like,
especially Wooyoung. I was like, what is
what
that?
are you doing?
Yeah, I love Seungwa though. I love when he did that. That was amazing.
Yes, me too. Oh, Leah, you're back. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I had to go to my phone. Can you see me and hear me and everything?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I kept trying to join on my computer, but for whatever reason, my Wi-Fi is acting up.
Okay. Yeah, we're glad you're back. What you think about the reel from ATEEZ?
It looked so good. I still haven't learned any of the members' names, and it was like confusing trying to figure out who everybody was. But still, it looked so good.
Amazing. Amazing.
We're gonna have to go. We're gonna have to teach y'all because
we're gonna have to hold classes.
Yes.
Okay. So this is I'm gonna explain what the storyline of that music video is. What was going on? Okay. So basically.
There's the school of ATEEZ.
Yes.
What is that?
So Mingi, okay, I don't know, but Mingi was supposed to be like the protagonist. He's like the new cool, the cool new student.
Is that the guy with the
mullet?
Mullet.
Yes.
Okay.
So yes, Mingi was the like cool new student that was,
which is why all the desk was just like flying out of his way.
Yeah, I think he was just really. I don't know. They didn't say he had superpowers, so I don't know about that part. But it was I think he just had a really cool vibe. That he was.
But at the same time, it was like I feel like himself didn't have superpowers because at that punch scene. When it was like the 90-year-old
he just had the book.
Yeah, he had the book.
Yeah, he had like the book, and everyone was trying to get the book. So I was like, "Is the book
the
powerful?" Anaya, with your answers, is the book powerful?
Listen, I'm just giving you what they gave us. They didn't mention all of that. I'm just giving like the basic, storyline what was going on. They didn't mention anything but the book or if he has superpowers. I don't know. I'm just, giving out what they said on the video.
Okay.
So yeah, so Mingi is the new student to ATEEZ high school, okay? And then so what's happening is the rest of ATEEZ, excluding Yasang, are like in different clubs, okay? So like Jungho and Yoonho were in the biker club, and then Wooyoung and Sun were in the baseball club, and then Sunghwa and Hongjun was in the calligraphy club or something like that.
The rapper guy.
So what they were doing was, I guess, trying to get Mingi into their club. They're going against each other, trying to recruit Mingi into their club. That's what was happening. Okay. And then Yasang, the reason why he was like kind of watching from afar, according to them, he was kind of like some like symbol of peace, and he was like waiting for them to like.
I'm looking at it, I was like, is he a king or something?
No, okay, so yeah, he's supposed to be like
showing up with all this power and inspiration, and I was like,
yeah.
Aren't we in high school? But why are you looking like the Godfather of like a mafia and just randomly popping up?
Yeah, he was apparently like the symbol of peace, like waiting for them to like come together, and everything like that. And then that's what they end up doing at the end. That's why I think that's why he end up, joining them at the end. And then it's just like they're all like having fun together at and then it was happy endings. No. Okay. That
literally as soon as you said the clubs, I feel like almost all of the music video finally just made sense.
Yeah,
right.
You know what? Same. After they said that, I was like, oh, okay, because I was really confused with what was going on. I'm like, why are they dancing around him? Why are they like outside? Just like
why is he
battling?
In, like,
and I'm like, why?
Old school Korean traditional, just with a gigantic paintbrush on his back.
Yeah, I was confused. I was like, all right, I'm confused. That's why I was really confused, because again, when I was first watching, I'm thinking it has something to do with their actual storyline. So I was completely confused. So, but yeah, that was the pretty much the storyline that they said that they revealed about that music video. But
I will just say, despite all of that, my favorite part was when Mingi was up in like that tornado storm lightning.
Oh yeah,
thing,
rapping. Oh, I love that. I actually like when Yasang actually comes at the end with his white suit. I thought he looked absolutely gorgeous. And then he just starts random dancing, and then they all join in. That part. That was cute. I like that. Any other stuff that y'all want to?
I'm glad that you explained that to us, because I'm going to be honest, I also didn't know anything about the universe and whatnot. So I was thinking, okay, this is part of the universe, but I didn't think that they were clubs. I thought they were gangs. So that changed everything for me.
Honestly, I thought something very similar. That's why I said I was waiting for the pirate hats and all the other stuff, because I honestly felt that they were kind of like, they had the Suicide Squad type of vibe for a second.
Right. I thought it was connected because they look like they're in the same place as Inception. Like they look like it was the same classroom.
Like the school thing. Oh yeah.
So I was like, it's the same bottom now.
I'm kind of disappointed, actually, honestly.
Well, I think they decided to just do something
random for like Kingdom.
Yeah, because
that was a Kingdom song.
Oh yeah,
if you
that was
I think
from Kingdom.
The performance for that song in Kingdom, I think it has something. I think it's tied into the video.
It was school related, but it wasn't the way they did
the
music video.
Yeah, I think they were just trying to like chill out on the. I think their next comeback will probably have something to do with the storyline, but this time they wanted to do a little something different. So they just made a video for that song that they came out with Kingdom, and then a little bit before that, they came out with Turbulence, which was like their first. It was like a more slower vibe, and it was their first music video that they came out with without any choreo, because it was like more of like like a ballet type thing. So yeah, they were trying to like do like a little bit something different for this comeback, but I think the next one should probably have something to do with storyline. I can't wait to explain to y'all that storyline. Oh man,
man,
storyline
it's really good. It's amazing.
I think it's really I think it's one of the best.
Yeah. Like honestly, that's the reason why I stand ATEEZ, because of their storyline.
The storyline. Have you guys ever watched Answer by ATEEZ?
Okay.
No.
All right. Answer.
No.
Okay. See. Oh, okay. Because there's a part in there that just completely blew my mind. And
see, I'm very surface with ATEEZ. Like I know all of the members, like I recognize them by sight and everything like that, and all the names. And then I I've watched like maybe 3 videos and just kind of kept it there. I never went into like the storyline or anything like that. There's a whole bunch of albums I haven't even fully like listened to yet. So just very surface. But now that I am here, I guess I'm gonna have to get more indoctrinated into them.
Indoctrinated. No, yeah, I feel like about that.
Yeah, but their storyline is amazing. So any other pointers, or are we gonna move on?
I just want to talk about Jungkook and these apples that he keeps breaking.
What? I was like, they just had to put that in there.
But it was at the end of the Kingdom performance too.
Yeah.
So
after on the Kingdom performance at the end, and then also at the bloopers at the end of the video, they just had to have Jungkook.
Like, Jungkook, aren't you
break the apple? And I'm like, all right, we get it. You can break apples.
Don't ask me to
with
break
your
no
bare
more
hands.
apples. I'm not doing it no more.
And I saw it, I was like, oh goodness, they just had to put that in there. But I feel like we're never gonna not see him do that.
I think he likes doing it. I think he's happy.
I can tell. He looks very happy when he does it. I think he just is just very happy with his strength, which I guess. Anyway,
I mean, if that's what's paying your bills, might as well keep doing it.
I know.
That's true.
And again, it is a talent, because some days I'm trying to break an apple. I'm just like, I don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea how he does that. It's impressive. It's just, I see a lot. He does it all the time. I'm just like, okay, I get it. You're strong.
But are you sure? Because I could do it one more time.
Right.
Oh my goodness. All right.
Wait.
Okay.
Did anyone else pick up on that line about lower your pants?
Nope. I certainly did not.
No.
I heard it. I didn't know what it meant, and I moved on.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
Well,
I did not.
I could do that too.
What part was that?
It was
Yoonho
when he was on like the bike or whatever, and he was doing either he was like calling him towards him or like shooing him away, something. And then like I for some strange reason, normally I don't, but I had like the English subtitles on at the bottom, and it was like a very slow moment in the music video, and it was just like lower your pants more.
Oh,
he said it in English.
Let me see.
I don't know if he said it in English, because again, it's not like
I
don't think I heard it.
Oh, that's weird. He said.
And I was like, okay, I get it. So again, I was like, okay, he's on a motorcycle. He's obviously like that dude. But like, is this how we want to try and get someone into our group by like just like, hey, you gotta lower your pants more to be a part of this? It just felt weird.
Maybe it's like
maybe he meant like sagging.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was like,
I know. I feel like that's
sagging?
what he meant, but like you didn't have
I feel like he should have
say
it like that. Yeah. Because I think the song is about like being cool. I think.
Yeah, I was like, I know you're trying to tell him he need to, sag more and be like that cool guy. But why did we say it like that?
Yeah,
is it a translation thing?
Maybe it's a translation thing. I don't know. I really couldn't. I don't have no explanation for that. I really don't. Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, moving on. I don't know.
Well, I guess that doesn't connect to the overall storyline.
It don't.
Like
no.
It doesn't. Yeah.
Fun fact for you guys to go back and watch it one more time to find that little bit in there.
Yeah, and if anybody wants to explain, we'll.
You guys, if any of you guys are like English, Korean speakers, and you're got explanation on that translation, would be much appreciated down in the comments.
Yes. Very, very much appreciated, because I don't know.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
I didn't even hear it.
Is there like no word for sag? But
I guess
I don't know. I'm not
Probably
to be that
not.
person.
I
but
feel like
was
they
I
could have
feel like
just
that's
said
an
it.
American thing.
Yeah, but I feel like if they could just said it in English.
I mean, you said it in English, so why wouldn't you dedicate to the full English statement of just you need to sag your pants?
But I don't think he said it in English.
He said it. He said it in Korean, but I feel like they should have just if you just say it in like in English and just say sag.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Somebody in that translator office needs to like run stuff by more American speakers. I feel even in like K-dramas and other stuff, it's like, okay, if you guys could have just sent like the overall outline to someone else, it may not have been word for word, but then again, it's not supposed to be because it's supposed to be us from America trying to read this.
Yep. I
think just anyone who speaks English, to be honest.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah. It's just like who in the company was just like, oh yeah, like lower your pants more. That's what they need to say.
Me and Alyssa
slid that paper to the next person.
We was just talking about this actually. Me and Alyssa, something similar because a lot of times they be using like English like phrases or something and it doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay. But an example, real quick, before we move on. You know Jungkook's song My Time. I don't know if you guys have heard that song. It's from their Map of the Soul 7 album, right?
Oh,
okay.
Really amazing song. Okay, I really love that song. But there's a line in there that doesn't make any sense.
I'm about to Google it.
He says, and then he says, "Can I someday finna find my time?"
Oh, okay.
No,
Paris.
You would think with that type of budget, they would have just someone to just okay these sentences because it don't make.
That's what I'm saying.
Even a little bit of sense.
It's almost like in the Blackpink song, I think it was As If It's Your Last, where she says, "I'm a fall in love, baby. You're going to catch me."
That's why I told her I was like in a Blackpink song. Lisa said,
"Wait, what was the line?"
The line was it's in As If It's Your Last, and it goes, "I'm a fall in love, baby. You gonna finna catch me."
Yeah,
you go. Oh, you know what? Okay, so Alyssa told me that I forgot where she got this from, but she said that they think that finna is like a shortened version of finally. And then if you
I forgot where I said, I think it was on TikTok, but she was just like, they think it means finally. And if you substitute finally for a lot of these sentences, it makes sense.
It makes sense.
It does. You're telling me we just let a whole country mess up that word and no one's gonna tell them?
No, yeah. Why?
Even in the professional industries?
That makes so much more sense though.
You know what? In my time, now that you say that,
doesn't it make more sense?
He says finna a lot, but if you say replace finna with finally,
it makes sense.
It makes sense.
Yeah, that's what I'm
over here like, who told them that finna means finally?
Why did
it was some intern who wanted to look cool in front of a K-pop star. Exactly. And was like, yeah, I speak English. It means finally. Like, no, now you done ruined the whole nation.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So like, hey, if any, K-pop stars come across this video, okay, I just want to let you know right now. Finna does not mean finally.
It does not.
So just don't use it.
Lay off it. If you want to say finally, say finally.
Yeah. Just don't use that word. Yes, Paris.
Can we take a moment to explain what that means and why it shouldn't be used?
It means fixing to go somewhere. Like I'm finna to go to the store.
You're about to do something.
Yeah.
Like done.
Yes.
It means going to or about to.
You
say going finna, you say you're going to do something.
Yeah,
normally
that's why I said
it's with a lot of aggression as well.
Yeah,
it's not said as a term of endearment or anything like that. It's normally if someone is like irritated or mad or very determined.
If you hear finna, you might be getting ready to get fought or something.
Yeah,
9 times out of 10.
No, I feel like most people like. Obviously, this world came from Black people. People like why don't you just say it?
It did. Also, that's why another reason why you should not use it. So just refrain from the word altogether.
I just feel like if you're gonna use it, at least use it right. Like I was saying, like in Jungkook's line, like he doesn't even. I don't think he knows that like that whole sentence. Like I always say, it started off as a question and ended in a statement, and that just
and I was really confused. I'm like, it starts off as a question, can I someday, and then it ends with as a statement, finna find my time, and I'm just like, how does that work? Huh?
My time.
It's called My Time. A really good song. I love that song. It's a really good song.
Yeah.
And then it's funny, even though that part doesn't make sense. You know, it's one of my favorite parts in that song because it's just the way he says it. But
oh my gosh,
yeah.
And then he goes like, "Can I say my time? Finna find my time," and then he keeps like, going, and then he says, "Finna find my time." And I'm like, "That's
like,
right."
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, he said that's the thing is he used it the second time he said it. What was the first?
I don't. Yeah.
No, I think Alyssa hit it right on the head about a lot of the stuff you guys are trying to use obviously came from us, some Black people.
Yes.
Put them in your like translating team.
Yeah, just let them
sing. I know a lot of them be having Black producers too. Ask them. Just ask. Just ask, you know?
Don't be afraid to ask questions to the Black people that are around you. We're gonna help you.
Yeah,
we don't want to hear this song and just laugh at you all the time.
Yeah,
exactly. Because when I first heard it, I was so confused. I'm like, did he just say finna? And I listened to it again. I'm like, he's not even using it right. I'm like, it doesn't even make any sense.
No, it doesn't. And find my time.
So guys.
Again,
I mean,
if you had been talking to a Black person and you were like, so how does this line lower your pants more sound? We would have told you, just say sagging.
Yeah, just say sag.
Tell them to sag.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds way better.
Just ask a Black person. Trust me, we want to help you.
It's also just like I feel like ATEEZ does this too. ATEEZ has like these English lines that don't make any sense, and I'm like,
the grammar is kind of off.
Yeah,
like we must going on. Like what?
Yeah, we
must going on.
Yeah,
we must.
And I'm like, there's someone somewhere who speaks English. Just ask someone who speaks English.
It could be so easy.
I'm pretty sure there's someone near you who speaks English.
Because it's funny. It's like, I know for their translating team, y'all are making them jump through leaps and bounds because that whole, like Korea's whole type of like job interviewing process and getting a job and accomplishing stuff, it takes a lot. But the way if you just let a Black person slide in there, we would actually fix a lot of the problems that are already there.
Yep.
It can be so simple.
Speaking of Black producers, I haven't, this ain't got nothing to do with this. But have you ever heard the demo to Call Me Baby by EXO?
Oh my god.
Yes, but it was so long ago.
It was
a long time ago.
Yeah, the original lyrics to that. Yeah.
Would you call them better or worse?
Definitely worse.
I mean,
I'm up right now.
If they came out with that, I would have been shook.
Yeah, you see what I mean, Aaliyah? Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, wait, I'm sorry. I was responding to the chat.
I just brought up something that had nothing to do with what we were talking about, but I was like, speaking of Black producers, have you ever heard of the demo of Call Me Baby by EXO?
A Black person wrote that?
Oh,
I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
I mean,
let me see.
Oh goodness, now I gotta look too.
It's funny
because in the Korean lyrics, I always thought when it says mama and dada, because mama is like queen in Korean, and dada I think it's like closed or open or something. And I always wondered if there was a correlation. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, I do remember this.
I thought I saw that recently, and I thought it was so funny. I was like, man, this is hilarious.
I mean, the way it makes a lot of sense now.
It does.
Yeah,
it does.
Looking back, yeah.
It does make a lot of sense.
So another fun fact: you cannot just be replacing words willy-nilly, because something's gonna get lost in, again, that translation.
I think they did a good job with calling video though.
I still love the song.
It's funny.
They did a good job of changing those words.
It was way different.
They did.
Imagine they kept that though. Oh my goodness.
Oh.
All right. So
sorry, I got you guys really off topic, but
no, it's fine.
I just had to ask about that line in case it had any correlation to like a storyline or something. And you probably you might want to explain that one.
I mean, it after a certain point, all they say is
yeah.
I mean, love talk is worse though.
It is. Oh, we're not even gonna get into
that. It is. Oh my god. And that's the one song I'm like, y'all using too much English, and I'm understanding you guys too well.
I was completely thrown off when I listened to that, because it's like it goes south like the first like 2 seconds, and I was like
they're trying to be really sweet, or like the whole vibe of the song is like very cute, very affectionate, and then I'm just like, but what are you saying to me?
I'm just like,
the demo version. Oh my god! When I heard that, I was like, and then poor Kun, because he was really going through it, trying to change those lyrics.
Kun ain't slick. I've seen videos of him playing a bunch of ratchet music. I was like, oh, Kun, you like this? I was like,
I forgot.
I've seen a video recently. I was like, oh, okay. So moving. Yeah. So moving on, because we got a lot to talk about. Okay.
Yeah.
That's true.
Okay. So moving on to so Ari has this list of like music videos that are just crazy and really random. Okay, that's very, very worth discussing.
As being one of the older ones in the K-pop group of this group, there have been many videos where I have watched, and I was like, someday when I find more people, I'm gonna need to talk about these. Somehow, if I get more minds together, they're gonna make sense. It's all gonna come together. There's gonna be some sort of understanding, and I finally have found my group.
Yes,
it finally happened.
So we decided to talk about "Fantastic Baby" by Big Bang. Okay.
Forewarning, if you guys are trying to listen to this without having seen the video first, you gotta watch the video first.
Yeah, you gotta watch the video. So
and then go and watch and come back.
Yeah. Yes, because there's going to be spoilers, because I have a lot of questions that okay, I have a lot of questions. First of all,
where to start?
G-Drag is inches. Why?
Yeah.
Are you talking about this side that was more of a rug, or this side that was like wires?
Everything. Both.
And why was it neon? Why did it have to be orange?
I don't know. It's okay. That's another thing. Okay, it was even okay. Every single time he showed up, it was like his weave was a new color.
Yeah, was
like
weird.
I was like, why is it changing colors every single time you show up?
Orange, then it jumped to like some red, then he had some green, some blue.
And then he had one that was just all black. And I was just like,
I was like, all right. Okay, my next question is, why was Taeyang defrosting in the beginning of the video?
I never noticed that the first time I watched it. I never noticed that until this time.
Around his whole body to show it defrosting.
I know. I don't know.
I was so confused. I was like, okay, did I miss something? I was like, why is he frozen in the first place? And why is he defrosting? That was weird. My next question was, why was like Top like posing in these like pictures? Like, what was going on with that?
Pictures.
I guess it was he like supposed to be, the art, right? I don't. Okay, all right.
I don't know. I don't have any answers.
I will explain all at the end. I just need all your questions first.
Okay. Yes. My next question is why was Daesung chained to the wall? What was up with that?
I also have an answer for that one next.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. What was up with G Dragon's like weird bug lip art? That was weird. It was just a bunch of like
all that black.
That's just
I
was like looking at it. I'm like, is that like bugs? I like it looked like worms like drawn on his like lips.
Yeah,
it was weird.
Like stitches, but it just was poorly executed.
Yeah, I was like, okay, that's weird.
It was like, was it 9 years old?
It
so,
was.
You know, maybe that lip liner ain't what it is today.
I guess it was like weird lip art. I was like, all right, what's up with that?
There's no way.
Paris is like, I'm stopping that theory right now.
Yeah. I feel like this is not really a question, but I just felt like Top had like a bunch of like different hairstyles every single time I saw him. Like,
did you see his blue, like perfect, really rounded?
Yeah, I was like,
I was so
wow,
fascinated.
I was fascinated. So I was like, okay, that's deep. Okay, how they do that? That was pretty nice though. I like that. But it was like every time I saw him, it was like his hair was in some new style, and I was like, all right, okay. Same with the GD thing, new color weave every single time I saw him.
And yet, the thing that remains constant is Taeyang not having a shirt.
That was my next question. That was my next question.
He didn't have a shirt on not once.
I was gonna ask where was his shirt. That was my next question.
I don't think I've ever seen a Big Bang video where Taeyang had a shirt on.
Yeah,
exactly.
Me
I don't think there's one where at least a t-shirt, a vest, a jacket,
nothing.
And my last question is, what was up with this like random armor that was on Taeyang's like
I do have an answer
arm
for that.
Or something like that? It was just randomly there, and I'm like, why?
But only his arm, like not
only his arm. It was just
technically the shoulder.
Nothing else.
Technically the shoulder.
Okay. Oh, all right. Yeah, I just need explanations on that. So
those are Naya's.
Yes,
Kaya,
those are my.
Is there any ones you'd like to throw in?
I mean, I have very similar questions. Like, what was up with G Dragon's hair, and why was there a riot? Because like there was a riot, but then they didn't. Nothing like happened with that. Like,
there was.
I do have some answers about the riot.
Like before, you know it. Like they're just partying, and I'm like, but y'all were mad.
Yeah.
And
so what was up with that?
And then what was up with the defrosting? Then that's pretty much it.
I was completely confused about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. You have the floor now.
Wait, no.
Does anybody else have questions? Paris,
what you got?
I have another question about the riot because one, the fence only went so far. They could have easily walked around, but they decided to just push.
Logic.
No. Here's why I'm using logic. Here's why. Because after the fence fell, some of them then began to walk around it. That's why I was like, why couldn't they just do that in
I
the
didn't
first
even
place?
notice that.
I didn't notice that either.
I didn't notice that either.
But yeah,
they
started to kind of walk around.
You're right. I have it pulled up right now. There's like 4 sheets of fence.
Yeah. And then right when they like dropped it, then some of them like on the edge started to walk around.
That is weird. Yeah. So any more questions?
Any more, Alyssa?
I don't have questions. I just have a lot to say.
All right, go ahead.
What you got to say, Alyssa?
First of all, I just feel like Big Bang has always scared me. Everything they do just scares me. I feel like if I ever met them, I'll be terrified. I don't know why. I don't know, especially Top. I like Top. He just scares me. I don't know. And GD definitely scares me.
GD, I feel that. He's
scary.
Yeah. It's weird. I feel like I do love them all. Like they're hilarious. They got a lot of personality. But at the same time, I feel like if I spoke to any of them for more than 2 minutes, I would lose my mind.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I have that. I get that vibe too.
Mm-hmm. I have never once been like, there's some way I'm gonna have just like a normal conversation with you. They've never, no vibe has ever given me normal. Even
Especially
in like
G-Dragon.
I've seen Top's Instagram, and I was like, "What is
the
even
a bunch
going
of
on?"
random stuff. Oh, I just
Is it?
yeah. Him and G-Dragon.
I also want to say, so again, Big Bang has had a lot of issues in the past, present, future.
Yes.
And I will say the one thing about their music videos that always made me think they were shady, even before anything ever came out, was the amount of girl backup dancers they have.
Oh, yeah.
And they actually like make full contact many different times. And I was like, I don't think I've ever seen an other K-pop group of males.
I mean,
one have
that's true.
female dancers, but also female dancers that are actually like straight up on them.
Here's the thing though, in Bang Bang Bang, GD did have a girl on a leash. And I was like,
that's another video we gonna talk about. And I don't have the answers of that one now. But yeah, it was one of those things of just like, even when they were doing like just dance practices and stuff, there'd be just a whole bunch of girls. And I was like, like, it's not wrong. It's just for the K-pop world, it's very different. And then all the rest of the information started coming out. And I was like, okay, now, starting to make a lot more sense.
Okay, so this, are you done?
I just have a lot to say about Taeyang, because Taeyang, I don't know, he got on my nerves.
The nice married man?
Yes, I'm happy for him, but like this music video, he like, of course he's shirtless all the time. Also, the way he was talking, like the way he was saying his lines, like the part when he's like meditating or whatever, and he's like, the way he's singing, I'm like, why is he singing like that?
With like the
way he, he's mouthing the words,
and like the way his mouth is moving and the way I'm like, what is going on?
I don't know,
like he was on drugs. Like the way he was acting, like every time the camera's on him, he's just going all out, like dancing and just being weird. I'm like, what is he on?
Yeah, actually, after you said that and we watched it together, I was like, oh yeah, Taeyang is doing a little bit too much.
When,
got a lot of energy.
Got to that one scene with him and like they sung, and it was like both of them were screaming, and he just like falls back onto the fence. I was just like,
I was literally thinking about that part. I was like,
to read the lyrics, and I was like, is this just like a really powerful song? Like, am I missing something? And I was reading the lyrics, and I was like, not enough to be throwing yourself on a fence.
I was like, what is going on? He's like really into this, but I guess. I mean, that's really it. I mean, Top, I don't really have a lot to say. I know Top's personality, and it just made sense. So,
do you really know Top's personality though?
Not a lot, but I know. I seen clips, and I seen a little bit of it, and I'm like, I mean, it makes sense. And I mean, I was gonna say it's a catchy song. This song, I feel like I've always thought about because I've known this song even way before I was a K-pop stan. So I've known this song for a long time. G-Dragon's Weave has been in my head since whenever I saw that React channel video. And I mean, it's funny how none of us talked about Sungri though. That's really funny.
I mean, this is such
a little bit when I said there was a lot of female dancers on.
Oh man, I was like, what is happening right now?
That part felt like I know none of this really connected at all, but this felt the most out of place.
I was like, why?
He also felt like a last minute add to the video too.
He came in like 2 minutes in the video, and I was like, it's about to be over.
It gives you the vibes of like EXO when they do their videos and they want Lay to be part of the comeback.
So it's randomly put him in there.
Oh, they got on my nerves.
But I feel like GD, because GD had like a lot. He had a lot of screen time.
He had like 17 million costume changes. Obviously, we had time.
I know. Oh. All right. So this explanation, I'm waiting for this.
I'm so excited because again, I've known this song for a really long time. Loved Big Bang for a really long time. It's just at a certain point, it's like with every single music video, I was like, I'm not gonna ask any questions. It's just who they are. I've accepted that until today when I went back and I watched it for I don't know how many times, and I was like, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of just sitting here watching this madness and being like, this is just who they are. Somebody has to explain this. There's got to be a method to the madness. There's got to be like an explanation somewhere. So all I did was Google Fantastic Baby Big Bang. And when I tell you, this thing has its own Wikipedia page.
Wow.
Not Big Bang. Not Big Bang. Just the song and the music video have their own Wikipedia page. And I was like, finally, we done hit the jackpot. Like, so the synopsis of the music video is 2 paragraphs. It's a roller coaster. Okay. But I must insist that you guys hold all types of reactions till the end.
Oh wow. Okay.
And I'm gonna try. I've been practicing for like all day because I want to read it as fast as I was reading it in my head, just to show the amount of madness that is involved in this thing. All right. So, are we all ready?
Yes.
Okay. So, the music video for Fantastic Baby was uploaded to Big Bang's official YouTube channel on March 7, 2012. The video was described as a visual stunner and captures the fight for freedom from oppression. The members are seen wearing futuristic helmets, metal shoulder embroiderments, and bejeweled crowns, along with other accessories, while sporting dark makeup. The background dancers act as rebels, colluding with the opposers wearing masks, spraying wires, and waves of smoke around contained wreckage while dancing with the Korean symbol of a dancing lion. The music video begins with scenes depicting a revolution with the black masked people representing those who capitalize on past controversies and try to discourage, discredit, and ultimately disband Big Bang, whereas the white masked people symbolize the VIPs who continue to defend and protect them despite everything. In the video, 3 frames of Top wearing a variety of outfits reminiscent of historical revolutionary figures such as George Washington and Napoleon Bonaparte are featured, which serves to represent Big Bang's status as K-pop musical revolutionaries. Taeyang is shown to be bound in chains, representing the emotional turmoil he went through following a car accident that he was involved in the year prior. The images of frozen Taeyang, as well as G-Dragon, portray the number of publicity blows the members have faced in the past year. The video concludes with a giant dance party and the 5 members being crowned kings upon thrones.
Wow.
He did not say emotional turmoil.
Emotional turmoil.
I told you it was a roller coaster.
I didn't get that vibe at all that whole time. Like I just.
When did George Washington and when did they come? Like I did not see them at all.
It was his outfits.
Yeah, I didn't get that vibe.
Yeah, tops.
Oh,
I still didn't get that vibe.
So that's why he was posing like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's why he was standing in art, because it was like he was a part of like the historical things that were happening.
So the black mask people are the people who have been coming for them, or like
trying to keep up past controversies. Was that what it was?
Yes, because if you remember in the video, when it's the black mask people, they have like the stop music signs attached to them.
Yes.
So they're the ones who are trying to like disband and like ruin Big Bang type thing. Whereas the white mask ones, which are the ones who are like the Buddhist monks along with Taeyang and just like G-Dragon's backup dancers a whole bunch of the time, they are like the VIPs or the band's fans who are trying to support Big Bang. And that's why they knock over the fence, because they're overcoming the controversy.
Oh,
I just want to understand how a scarred Sungri, they really thought the best way to portray it was the way that they portrayed it. That did not feel like turmoil. That did not feel like emotional pain at all.
I'm so confused.
Okay, so here's what I gotta say about all this. About Big Bang didn't have to worry about the haters or the black mass people trying to ruin them. Big Bang did that themselves.
I was literally gonna say that. Because They corrected themselves.
They needed no help in that department. Big Bang ruined Big Bang for themselves.
They did. And then
The
there you go.
I was like, what?
I mean, it's one of those things of like, okay, you guys answered a lot of questions, but at the same time, I feel like somebody was actually interviewing you guys and you gave your crazy answers because y'all are crazy.
Yeah.
Like, you can't tell me that you being bound and chained shirtless to a random brick wall was representing like just the pain you emotionally felt from a car accident that happened last year.
I remember hearing about that car accident too. I heard about it. And
apparently he represented it in this video.
No.
I forgot what happened, but what happened during that car accident? Because I forgot what happened. Didn't he hurt someone or something? Or he ran over someone?
Yeah, and then there was chains.
Oh, that could, I mean, mentally though, because like sometimes like killing someone can be traumatizing.
I'm not saying he was traumatizing.
Honest, I'm just saying
what happened.
That car accident. I know more about like the Super Junior car accident, but
I remember hearing
it was
about
something big.
Yeah, I know it was something big. I think I remember hearing. I heard about it so many times, and I literally forgot every single detail. But
yeah. Well, that was an interesting explanation.
I told you a lot of it was going to be answered, just not in the way you thought.
Yeah,
not even a little bit.
No.
I need to research some things, to be honest.
This is also about Sunri's car accident, right?
Wait, it was Sunri?
Daesung.
Oh, Daesung.
That's why it's Sunri.
Yeah.
Let's see. Daesung quit. Oh, victim's death.
Ooh. Dude, what was Sungri? Wait, what was he, getting felt up on by a bunch of girls? Wait, what was that?
No, that was
literally it had him at the bottom and he was grouped together with like the whole Frozen Taeyang and like a seemingly silenced G-Dragon about portraying the number of publicity blows the members have faced in the past year.
Girl, I thought you were talking about that other scandal that happened a couple years ago.
With
who? Well, this video was in like 2012.
Oh, no, not Burning Sun.
Yeah, the Burning Sun. But okay, so for Daesung, it says on August 29th, the Seoul prosecutor's office dismissed charges against Big Bang's Daesung over the death of a motorcyclist that was involved in a car accident in late May.
Yeah.
The motorcyclist was found to have a blood alcohol level of 0.186% prior to hitting the street lamp, which resulted in severe damages to his face, neck, and back. However, there have been many speculations as to whether Daesung caused the victim's death, as he ran over the motorcyclist who was lying in the street just 3 minutes after the initial crash.
Wait, so he had alcohol in his system?
So I guess the motorcyclist had alcohol in the system, and that caused
and he crashed into a pole, and then somehow he like ended up in the street, and then 3 minutes later, Daesung was driving and he ran him over.
Yeah, that's really sad, but I don't see how that has anything to do with him being shirtless and chained to a pole.
No, but he breaks free from the chains because the chains were like holding him back. It's the emotional turmoil, and he was gonna break through that emotional turmoil.
I understand how he would be traumatized, but
that's really sad. But that ain't the way.
Yeah, it's just the way it's portrayed in this music video.
That should not have been in Fantastic Baby.
I would get the wrong video to try to like symbolize your like trauma from this
the
incident.
whole video is technically like the band's struggle, I guess.
But what is the song about?
But it's like a party song.
It's a party song. It's a party song. It's a club song. They talking about like, let's get dancing, let's have
But
I feel
like if they should, if this wasn't the song though, because like it's a party song, so nobody's gonna take it as like that like as serious as something as something with deeper meaning,
like
I know again, the way it's been lyrics, I can't even name how many years, and I was like, it's just craziness, it's madness, it makes no sense, it's Big Bang, and now I'm just like, oh, y'all were trying to be all emotional and deep. Okay,
that's
sure,
I guess.
I mean, they should have chose a different different song to do that with, so we could take it more seriously.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
Because
but then
whenever I think of Fantastic Baby, I'm just like, what is going on? Mm-hmm. That's all I think about. Right? I'm not thinking about like the things they've been through.
No. Yeah. But then it made me think about like K-pop in 2012, and I was like, okay, what other outlets did they really have?
I don't know.
At the same time, especially with YG Entertainment type thing.
Yeah.
Because I feel like nowadays, thankfully, K-pop has become a lot more open about like emotional trauma and like stress and mental illness.
I mean, it's only after a couple people.
I mean, yes, but it's now here. Like if an artist is like, okay, I'm going through some things, I need to take a break, they are allowed to go on hiatus for a while. Again, Mingi, like he was like, I'm stressed out, I gotta be gone for a minute, I'll see you guys when I see you. Whereas Daesung, it was like, unless you at court for this trial, I'm pretty sure he was either dancing at a concert or filming this piece of mess video. So I was like, well, what? And then it's one of those things of like others have done like, V Live, and they like talk about it, or like lives. And I was like, 2012, Instagram was barely coming out. Like they didn't really have like a platform to just kind of sit and talk about what they were thinking or feeling.
Yeah.
Again, this is not the way they should have done it. But at the same time, it's like, well, how many other ways did you have in order to do it?
Yes.
I feel like at least they expressed it in the song, and it's a big song. So I mean, I guess it was successful.
Like the rest of the what is it? The Wikipedia was talking about how they are number 3 in that video is number 3 in the biggest K-pop videos online. With over, I think it's like 200 million views now. It's like right behind Size,
Gundam Style.
Gundam Style, and then I think Girl Generation something. It's like they're number 3. So I was like, a lot of people have seen this, even though they didn't know that's who you were representing.
Yes, Paris.
You know what's so funny? I've been listening to Gangnam Style the majority of my life, and I didn't know that it wasn't in English until a few years ago.
So what were you saying this whole time?
I don't know. I had some lyrics and they made sense in English. I don't know what was going on.
English version. Where are they?
Yeah, I want to know what you was saying in the Korean parts.
But I remember that it made sense.
Wow. All right.
Wow. That's a talent.
All right. So any other thoughts about this? Because we got to move on to the tea. Okay.
Oh.
Any other thoughts
that got wrapped up pretty quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, again, once you read 2 paragraphs, it's kind of like, oh.
Yeah, it's not what I was expecting, but I kind of see what we're going for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's interesting. I wouldn't have never thought, but
speaking of interesting, we got way more interesting things to discuss about this here man.
This here man.
And Kamaya's gone. She literally loved him. She's gone. She's not even hearing us.
Kaya, come back. I'm playing.
Oh, I know. Like, this is her segment.
Yeah, come on, Kaya.
It's her emotional turmoil.
Okay, what happened?
We're moving on to a certain someone.
The scandal.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Are you ready for that discussion?
Yes. Are you ready for this discussion?
That's why I went to the bathroom real quick. I was like, I need to hurry. I don't know when it's going to end. Let me go.
All right. So, listeners, okay, we are going to talk about a very big scandal that happened. Are you okay, Kaya? You good?
That is dear to Kaya's heart, obviously.
We're gonna talk about the Lucas scandal, y'all. And let me tell y'all, this is a lot. Okay, this is a lot. Hopefully, we could cram all this into this episode. All right. So, those of you who don't know, I got some notes here to let y'all know what was going on. what all that happened in this scandal, because maybe some people know that he's like, not doing anything right now with NCT, and they know about it, but they don't really know what was going on. I got you right now. Okay. All right. So, okay. All right. So, all right. Lucas was recently under fire due to several alleged girlfriends of his coming forward and accusing him of gaslighting, manipulating, and cheating. Okay. There was a little talk about sexual assault, but I never seen anything about that. So
oh Lord, it just gets worse and worse.
Yeah, there's nothing good about this.
No, yeah. Okay, so according to Korean media, Lucas was accused first back on August 23rd by a Korean netizen claiming to be his ex-girlfriend. She claims he gaslighted her, saying things like, "I don't like that you're too much of a fan," and allegedly asked her not to be fans of idols anymore. She continues by saying that although he started off really nice and buying her expensive gifts and showing interest, it eventually went downhill, and he would break up with her randomly and use busy schedules as an excuse. He would come through to her hotel room that she paid for, or order room service, sleep, and leave without any type of gratitude. Would use the excuse that he didn't want to use his credit card because he might get caught. Judging by that, it must have been around the time he couldn't date. After that, he would keep his distance from her, claiming that he felt uncomfortable, and she went as far as to post screenshots of her call history of Lucas constantly trying to get in contact with her after she called it quits with him. However, fans started claiming that her screenshots are fabricated. They took to Twitter and explained that the chats and voice notes are taken from his Bubble account. However, it just got worse from there. Oh, you want what's
I feel like we have to break it down by girls.
Yes.
Sadly, Lucas. So girl number one, I want to say out of all three, she's the one I dislike the most.
Yeah. I feel like, okay, so from what video we watched, I think you should read, because you have a picture of what she put out. You need to read that, the things she put out about what he did, kind of. I mean, we don't really have to read it because you kind of summarized it. But
yeah.
So you should go on to like the other girls and what they did or what they said.
All right, because they found a lot of fabrications in the first girl too. They found a lot of fabrications with the first girl.
To be honest, when I read hers, I was like, it sounds like Lucas was being a grown man, and you were a booty call in Korea.
Yeah,
that's
because
it.
Okay, so you know how
no
SM
offense,
hasn't.
Girl, but like bare minimum.
Wait a minute.
Wait,
okay,
so you know how?
Yeah.
You know how? Okay, so you know how SM hasn't did anything, absolutely anything, about this. Well, so like fans kind of took it upon themselves to like investigate, and I think even hired like investigation people to look into these accounts that are claiming all this stuff, right? And so what they found was, in the first girl, they looked into the account of the girl who's claiming to be his alleged Korean ex-girlfriend. However, what they found is that she signed up on Instagram with a Gmail account, which normally Koreans wouldn't use because they would use Naver. Since it's the most popular service in Korea. The phone number that was used was an area code 62, which is an Indonesian area code. And they recovered the girl's deleted tweets because she deleted all of them before, like a little bit before she made the accusations on her account. She deleted all her history, her old posts and everything, which is another thing that's sketch. But they recovered the girl's deleted tweets, and it shows her, I believe, selling like tickets, which is something only sasaengs do. So she either is either is a sasaeng, or she could be a sasaeng, or is associated or affiliated with sasaengs, as they're saying.
I did say she sounded like the most shady though.
Some pictures that she posted like a picture of like a ring or something like that. But that, I think they said that ended up being like a ring that Win actually gave him. And then the dates and times she said that she would meet up doesn't correlate with Lucas's actual schedule. Because like at those times he was either in Beijing, London, or America, promoting for like different things like Super M and like wavy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then I put down that I've noticed that a lot of these people, because when they make these accusations, they never have any like photos with like them together, you notice that? Like they just like never,
yeah,
it's only like pictures of like the person, which is like you could kind of get that from anywhere. Like you could, because sasaengs, they like have pictures that they take, of like the the K-pop star like walking by. They have like actual like pictures that they could buy from. So they could have like bought them from sasaengs. Again, like she could be affiliated with them. So there's like certain pictures that she could buy from sasaengs that look like she was like there at like a date with him or something like that. You know what I mean?
I will say there have been maybe a handful of scandals where I've seen pictures and it's like them two and like she's blurred.
Yeah.
And other than that, it's literally just like a member sleeping somewhere, wearing something, standing in a room, eating something, drinking something. It's very just everyday pictures.
Yeah. It's like it's not really any pictures that would really like that doesn't necessarily mean that you were with them. You know what I'm saying? All right, so the second girl. So shortly after the first girl, a Chinese netizen came out and said that she also dated Lucas, and during their relationship, he was like a big manipulator. He would manipulate her into buying him expensive name brand clothes. She posted screenshots of conversations of theirs, receipts of what she's allegedly bought him, and photos of him wearing the clothing to back up her claims. She continues by saying that he also would randomly break up with he would also with her break up with her using the excuse of busy schedules, and he would also deny all her accusations of him flirting with other girls. She also claims that he would speak badly about his members, saying that they don't listen to him and that they don't work hard, and allegedly went as far as saying that some of his members only debuted because of their visuals.
That was so vicious for no reason.
Yes, but what I got from that about the fabrications and stuff. So so the girl, okay, the pictures that she was showing on like so the picture she posted a picture of like him in the jacket that she bought him. It was like a
That's
Balenciaga jacket, and she posted like a picture of like the jacket like itself, and then she posted the like receipt and everything.
Apparently, with the date, but they're all separate. As in, you could just find that picture, go out, buy that
That's
jacket,
what they said. They said
that
that picture is like apparently you only get that in Europe. It's from like this store that sells Balenciaga stuff in Europe. So like he said, what was his name? I forgot. It was like something London. And somebody that works in that store was like anybody could have that picture because it's from their what's it called?
Like their website?
Yeah, like their website thing. Like anybody could have that picture. And then they said, and then the photo of him in the jacket, she said that picture was from September, I think, of 2019. And there were no like fans were saying that like the way his hair looked, it looked like,
I was like,
that was in 2018
being
around
like that in
2019, right?
19.
Because
again, he was like that was when Super M was really blowing up, so it would have been more than just brown bowl cut.
Yeah, and they were like, he had that haircut in 2018 when they did, Black on Black, and they did the first, when they NCT came as a whole for the first time. That's when he had that like light brownish like thing going on.
So he had brown hair with blonde highlights.
Yeah.
Looking
I feel like his hairstyles went from very mild to very like extreme where the years went by.
Yeah.
So it just doesn't match very well.
And then also they were saying that I think the other girl it's because after the second girl, another Chinese girl spoke up saying that, you know, allegedly she was Lucas's ex-girlfriend, but she didn't want to like bring up her experiences with him because apparently they ended in good terms, I
Good
guess.
terms. Oh my gosh.
Whatever. Then why
It's like it wasn't until like I saw that other girls had suffered that I really felt the need to come out with my story about our relationship.
even though we ended on such good terms? I want to speak about it.
Did you read how is that girl number 3 where she was like the reason we got into contact was I randomly like found his phone on AirDrop or something like that? It was like the weirdest.
Whoa.
Like yeah, I think it's girl number 3. It was like the weirdest thing because it's like, again, how did you guys become a thing? And she's like, yeah, I was paying attention to his schedule, and I guess she went somewhere and he had his AirDrop on and she had her AirDrop, and she dropped like an emoji or something like her name on it, and then they started talking.
What?
But I feel like her saying, "Oh, I was paying attention to his schedule," like that's soft thing behavior.
It is.
Yeah, I was like, okay, so you're telling me, one, that you were paying attention to his schedule enough to know where to show up for him to be there, and we're close enough to AirDrop something to his phone.
Yeah,
but you're not a crazy fan, and you were just a normal girlfriend who did wrong by him.
It doesn't make any
2 and
sense.
2 is not making 4.
And so
No.
Yeah, and so then they realized that like the screenshots that they were like of their like conversations and stuff, they were so for the first girl, you know how she's Korean, you know, allegedly Korean. She, you know, their conversations that she posted, they noticed that like the conversations, you know, of his response seemed a little advanced in Korean, and his Korean is not that advanced.
But like when you get to girl number 3 screenshots, it's like in Mandarin, but at the same time, I'm like, his stuff doesn't sound like it's making sense.
Yeah, and that's what
it was in Cantonese.
Yeah,
and
they were saying that it didn't sound like
the grammar was off.
Yeah,
it was off. This is his language.
Yeah, that's
so
what they were saying.
Korean, but off in his language.
Yeah.
Okay, so I wasn't the only one that felt like, because I don't know if you guys remember, but before I was like, I need to see like the full context of these texts because they are not making sense. It feels like it's being taken out of context. And what I was seeing, I was like, some of that wording sounds a little too American. Sounds like you're a little too advanced in English. And I've heard you speak in English, Lucas. It's not good. So
wow, that
no
was
offense, but no.
No shade to Lucas, but I'm just like,
it's not that
how you can speak. I don't think that matches up with the way that you're typing stuff out here. So something awry in that.
Yeah, and then apparently the third girl, the investigation like, you know, went on. They looked into her like account, her Weibo account, and then it's weird because okay, so her like she doesn't have like much activity either, like much activity before the allegations and stuff. But they noticed that on the Weibo they identify as a male living in China, not a female. So that's another like something's fishy there because you're claiming to be his ex-girlfriend, but you identify as a male on Weibo. So
did he do you that wrong? You want to change?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
And I think didn't they say that I think the second girl who lived in China didn't really live in China?
Oh yeah, it said on her Weibo account that it just said overseas, not in China. So
very vague.
Yeah. And then it was something else. But that was like mostly what they were noticing about things like, and then even the what was it? One of the girls, she posted like an Excel sheet or something like that of like their times when they would meet or something like that. which that was.
So you telling me he got a busy schedule, like he then said to all three of you guys, but enough time for an Excel sheet?
That's obsessive behavior, because honestly, who has time to make an Excel sheet of all the time you spend with your significant other?
Exactly.
See, and that's also like another one of my things, because it's like, okay, even if any of these allegations were real, if you guys were in an actual relationship, the way every single one of them was always like, oh, and he said he had a busy schedule, and it's like, but he does.
He does. And that's
he has a really busy schedule. He's in like 7 subgroups. He's got stuff to do, and he's trying to learn how to dance. He's trying to rap. He's trying to sing. He up in America. He's up in London. He's up in China. He's up in Korea. I was like, why is it always like, oh, how dare he say he has a busy schedule? He has a busy schedule.
He does. Exactly. And what was I about to say? Dang, that it completely left me. Wow.
No.
Yeah, it's just weird that he has such a busy schedule, but it's not so busy for you to not be able to make an Excel sheet of your meeting time. That just doesn't make any sense.
And it doesn't make any sense, because you could just make that. Like, it's not, that doesn't really prove that you actually met this man, you know? And then
there was another thing where her evidence for like when they met was a concert ticket, and so she was like, oh, like I'm like, this is when I went to like their concert and we met up, and it's like, that's not evidence. Like any fan
so all 14,000 of them all met up.
It's just a lot of fishy stuff going on with all this evidence, and it's just
it's like they're grasping at straws type
and
thing.
They just incriminate themselves, because I'm like, okay,
it's like the more you talk, the worse it sounds.
The more you try to say this is proof right here, the more we're looking at you like, but why do you have that? Why?
Yeah,
exactly.
Because again, I can't see him
from the start
with his busy schedule being on the phone in between whenever he was going to see you at some random hotel, working with you on this Excel sheet. I see you alone at like odd hours of the morning, just being like, how else can I prove that this happened?
Yeah, let's make an Excel sheet of the days we met up. They like it would have made sense, you know, to have like receipts of like, you know, your hotel stays or something, or like an actual picture of you guys together. I always,
or a video. Is it too much to have like a video?
Or like they would post like these pictures, but it's like these could be like
you've never seen
these
him
could be from his
before?
dorm.
You had a picture, and it was like the girl's statement. And then they did like a whole analysis on like certain things she said that didn't make sense.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense.
Can you read it, please?
Oh, okay. Whoa. I'm gonna need you to relax. Okay. So she said something about that because I didn't take a picture of like what the whole statement that she said. She said something about staying friends or something like that. She mentioned that she said that we should stay friends, or he said something like that. Yeah, I see. He's kind of jacked because I didn't take a picture of the statement, so I because it would be better if I read the statement. If you didn't bring up the statement and listen, then that would help actually. You know,
throw it back on her.
But other than that, she said that in her statement.
I don't think I've ever had a scandal with so many details, yet it's all makes it even more confusing. It doesn't clarify anything. It made it worse. The more I would try and read about it, because then I was like, okay, but like, didn't you just say this in like the other article, and didn't she just say that? Especially, okay, girl number 1, because I was like, your story isn't even matching girl 2 and 3.
Yeah,
girl 2 and 3 is like, okay, he had us out here spending money for him for no reason, and she was the only one. Well, he was buying me stuff. Okay, but like you're not even gonna match the story of the other allegations.
I know. Oh my goodness. It's just all over the place.
She said that we said we should stay friends. So like they both said it.
Oh yeah, we should okay, so they said apparently that they
So if you guys are still friends, why are we having these allegations?
That's what I'm saying. So it said that the analysis was from this, we can conclude that they weren't exclusively dating, meaning they can see other people, and the girl agreed to that because they said that they should just stay friends. As she said in the statement. And then another thing she said was he would come to her apartment or a hotel and make her pay for everything.
If it's your apartment, what are you paying for?
Right.
True. Right. He said, they said that this contradicts her own statement that Lucas told her that he already earns a lot, because there was a part where she said that he says that he has a lot of money and everything, and all that stuff. And so so it contradicts her statement that Lucas told her that he already earns a lot and to just give him a house or a car. Lucas came from a well-off family. They have a Thai restaurant in Hong Kong, and he is in 3 active K-pop groups. So he does make a lot of money. So he doesn't really need for you to buy him things.
That was a very extreme thing to buy too. Like the whole, okay, buy me a jacket. Like I could see a guy trying to pull that of just like, hey, because that whole thing was like, I guess he was trying to go to the hotel and he didn't bring like extra clothes. And he's like, hey, can you give me like some outer clothes or something like that? Because I don't want to use my credit card. And she's like, oh, like, what do you want? And he said this, but a house?
A car?
Yeah.
He was going to make you have a mortgage very casually.
Right.
It's like, oh, or like, let me get you this car note, like Lucas, it's fine. What? That doesn't make sense.
Yes. And
if he's trying to like keep it on the down low, don't you think a house and a car is a bit noticeable?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And then apparently they go
you
like
tell me he
out
can't
to eat.
use his credit card with you because they don't know. But if you buy him a house, no one's gonna talk about it.
Yeah, and then they have pictures of them like out to eat. Then like, but I thought he was trying to stay low key. I'm just like, I'm so confused.
Like he could walk into any restaurant and just be fine. He can't do that here in America.
Exactly.
That's what I was saying.
I have a question.
Lucas.
Yeah.
Are there any photos of like him with any of these 3 girls?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Together.
That's
they simply have photos.
If I dated Lucas, we would have all types of selfies.
Yeah, I was like, there would be so many videos of me just like squeezing his face all the time. He'd have to dump me. I'm gonna be clingy. I'm gonna be a mess.
Yes, there's no way.
That's one of the statements.
Right? Oh yeah. That's why I told you to look up her statement. But you know,
like how long were they dating?
No,
see that none of them give like timelines, do they? I couldn't find like, oh, girl number 1 dated him for this many months and girl number 2 was like this many months. Did they have those?
They didn't clarify how long that they dated him.
Like they had random dates again, like the one girl's like, oh, September 2019 type thing, and I was like, okay. But if you're trying to say that again, he was flirting with these other girls and stuff like that, or he had a busy schedule, can you tell us when?
Mm-hmm.
So let me get this straight. There's no photos of them together. There's no timelines of how long they've dated. Yet he's been on hiatus for how long?
Since August.
And this is the fact that like she has like dates of like when they were together, but then those dates he was like he had his own schedule.
Yeah,
like he was in America. He was in
there was like they found that certain dates that they were saying that they were together. They actually like fans found that like actually he was at this certain place. Like there was one where he was like, they said it was like a certain day, but then it turned out he was actually at this like fashion week thing that day, and they were just like,
you know, the real thing that makes me not believe any of these though, if SM Town doesn't find it important enough to start doing some research, then what are you doing?
Yeah,
they be in everybody's business, and his own company isn't trying to look into you. You gotta have like fans.
But
come
this
up
is
with
what
some money.
But this is what kind of confused fans, though. All right, so I'm gonna get into like his like hiatus thing. So while fans were kind of split in the middle on whether all of this was lies or that it's better to believe a potential liar than a potential manipulator, SM's entertainment response wasn't quite what fans expected, because fans expected like them to deny everything, but instead of denying it, they on their official statement about it, they rather apologized and announced Lucas's hiatus, and that he won't be participating in upcoming activities, including the upcoming NCT 2021 thing with all of them when they all come together. Shortly after, Lucas himself took to his Instagram and released a handwritten apology, mentioning that he would take time to reflect on himself and his irresponsible behavior in the past. As citizens are truly split in the middle on what to take from SM's response and Lucas' apology. They're kind of like, okay, did he do it then, or is he another idol being targeted again by saw
But
things?
that's like their standard procedure whenever there's a scandal, though.
That's what I was thinking.
The member
Yeah.
they apologize. The member goes on hiatus. They write a handwritten note that they post on Instagram saying, I'm sorry I hurt the fans, and I'm gonna work on myself, and hopefully I'll come back.
Yeah.
Because isn't that what they did with Mingyu from 17? He got accused for bullying, and then he apologized.
And the same thing with
Hyunjin.
And he took a long hiatus. He wasn't even in Kingdom, which just hurt me. Yeah, they did the same thing. That's why I feel like, because a lot of fans too are kind of worried that are kind of wondering if he even still is in the group, because in like recent merch or whatever it came out, for like NCT 2021, where it's like stickers of like all stickers of all the members, or like photo cards and stuff, and like Lucas isn't included in any of it. But then it will make sense because he's not included in that since he's on hiatus. And plus they did the same thing with Hyunjin and everything. Because they kind of acted like he wasn't in the group for like a good couple months. Like you didn't see any sign of him.
I was like, oh, that
they
random
didn't
boy we
him.
led in a couple videos a couple years back.
They acted like
here.
Exactly.
They started hallucinating, thinking they see signs of him everywhere.
Yeah,
exactly. Oh my gosh,
that's why I feel like
going crazy.
That's why I feel like I don't think he's leaving the group. I think he's just doing the hiatus thing. This happened a bunch of times, and I feel like all of this is I mean, I'm kind of neutral. I mean, you never know, but it's like it just all seems very fishy, and it's
because again it's K-pop. They're not all saints, and again, they're guys. They're gonna do stuff. They're gonna be a mess. Stuff is gonna happen, but
because
at least make it make sense. Come on, I know, guys. There's three of you, and you can't have one like normal story.
Yeah, and a lot of fans are kind of the fandom is like super split, because some people are like, because how I just said, like, they're thinking like, is he even still in the group? Some like a lot of like some fans are like, yeah, he should be gone. Like he should be
out of the group.
He should be out of the group. Some fans is like, no, this is just like a love scandal.
Rumors,
he didn't do anything.
He didn't feels like just rumors.
Yeah, they're like, even if he did do this, it's just a love scandal. He didn't do anything illegal. Like he shouldn't be, out of the group. I mean, that type of thing. So
which just leads to so many companies taking the most minute things and finding it as an excuse to just throw people out.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many scandals it's like, oh yeah, this happened when he was like 14. I was like, well, he's 20 something now.
I know.
He's not the same person.
It's so
he wasn't even famous back then. And it's just like, oh yeah, like he's out of this group. And I was like, that's
he was also
rude.
like a child. Like
I was like,
yeah.
And I was like, who's digging up all this stuff? Do you guys
exactly?
And then it's like with all this, these crazy like scandals that's been coming out, that's like been turning up untrue because of these crazy sauce things who want attention. It's like it just seems like this is just another targeted idol that's
These fan groups are getting out of control.
Yeah,
it's like the last 3 years. I don't think I've ever had this much just turmoil and like aggression coming from fans.
Yeah. It's crazy because a lot like the same thing happened with Woojin from Stray Kids. Like a little bit after he got out the group, it was like this big scandal came out that he was
ruined his whole career.
Ruined
right
before it even started too, because he was trying to go solo, do his own thing. Then all these allegations came out, and he got it worse. I think he got
it worse than anybody.
He
was
getting death threats,
and people still drag him. People still drag him.
And then it started going where they started then they started like nitpicking everything he did when he was in Stray Kids. And they're like, oh, see, they didn't like him. He was rude to them when he was in Stray Kids. They started like,
it's like, whose side are you on? Because it's like, are you defending like the current members? Because I'm sure the current members don't feel this way about him. So who are you fighting for?
And then it turned out everything wasn't true, and then it was just like, wow, okay, all that he got like the worst treatment during all that, and it turned out to not even be true. And yes, Paris.
And what's so funny, honestly, what made me the angriest was the fandom in this situation. Because with the Woojin thing, for the double knot era, everyone was talking about how gorgeous this man was. They were calling all types
and he
of
was
stuff. And then the moment he was. Then the moment he left, all of a sudden he was ugly. All of a sudden they started talking about.
I've never seen when fandoms got so wishy-washy either.
It was like all that, and then he left. We all supported him, and then everybody was like, "Oh, we miss Woojin." 9 or Nothing. Remember 9 or Nothing? Everywhere. And then that whole scandal came out, and it's he's ugly. 8 or Nothing, all this stuff, and I'm like, first of all, even I was mad at Woojin. I was like, I
was one of them people. I was like, oh no, I was like, hey Woojin, I ain't messing with you no more. I was like, every time
he wasn't like trying to dishonor his grandmother or nothing.
Yeah. Oh no. I mean, I still thought he was gorgeous. I wasn't like switching up like, oh no, he ugly now and everything. Nah.
No,
but
I
was like,
gorgeous.
But then it was just like. But after a while, I was like, but I don't really know. I was like, there's there's a real good evidence about all this stuff. And then it turns out like these people, the girls or whatever, it turned out to be Sasaengs who like never met Woojin at all. And it was just,
we just saw it in the video that they were like Brazilian stays who got super mad that he left and was planning on they were planning the whole thing after a year, because after the scandal happened like a year after he left.
Yeah.
And they were planning it. They were just mad because he left and they felt betrayed. I'm like, you don't even know this man. Why do you feel so betrayed?
They had way too much time on their hands.
It's that and social media. I will always drag social media because like I was saying with like Big Bang, I was like, you telling me this man had that type of car accident and he stayed. But now all of a sudden you do one little thing and you just completely just kicked out, dragged through the mud. No one likes you. You ugly now. And it's just like, because people have too much time on their hands on social media. Just leave them alone.
Yeah.
Be here for
it's
the
like their job. It's like their job. They literally act like it's their job to like find out everything they did. Hate on people,
but at the same time it's like, this is their job, not necessarily their life. Like eventually they have lives. They have homes they go to and other stuff they do. It's not just about being a K-pop star, and a lot of them, it's one of those things they don't want to have that 24/7. But here y'all out here just not allowing them to live.
Yeah, I personally think this is just he's just another target.
Yeah,
actually,
we never know.
In the investigation, actually, they said that apparently a day before the first accusation came out, a user on Twitter created an account and posted like an interesting tweet. It was like stating that like a K-pop star that is handsome, has dark double eyelids, and born on January 25th will be exposed. That's what they said. Which sounds creepy. Like just like all describes Lucas, which is weird. So
it sounds like they just got a piece of mess group chat somewhere and was trying to come up with all of this stuff. And the first one was like, okay, I'm going to say he's going to be exposed. And then you're going to be girl number 1. You're girl number 2. You're girl number 3. And we're just going to drag him through the mud because, you know, we don't appreciate one thing he did when it was none of our business in the first place.
Yeah. Exactly.
And also another thing, why did y'all all come out around the same time?
Well, you know, girl number 3 didn't want to come out, but as soon as she heard the other 2, she couldn't hold back her story.
Yeah.
But the thing is, what I don't understand is that one of them said that they ended on good terms. Then how did we get here in the first place?
That's girl number 3.
She's like, apparently we were fine. She said that she realized that her time, the time that he was spending with her, kind of overlapped with the first girl. So she was like,
time? "Oh, they gave no timelines."
When was this? How would she be able to know that if there were no timeline?
I don't know.
Your Excel ain't matching up with the other girl's Excel.
If they're
not making any sense.
If they're overlapping the 2 girls, gotta keep in mind they're saying that Lucas is busy. So if Lucas is busy, how is he able to juggle 2 girls around the same time? But he's busy.
All the stuff he's been doing these past couple years, I really don't think he has the time.
But
to do
again,
all this.
their whole thing was like, oh, but he couldn't be with me because he had a busy schedule. If he couldn't be with you and he had a busy schedule, and he couldn't be with her and he had a busy schedule, did anyone of y'all think he was just doing the schedule?
It's just
if
weird.
You guys both have the same excuse, then maybe it's not an excuse anymore.
It's just I don't know.
It just doesn't make any sense. So like, y'all are low-key stupid.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So I have a question.
If it's not true, if y'all are lying, y'all wasted your time. Y'all are dumb. Find something better to do.
Because here's the thing. At the end of the day, things will be proven. And the truth will come out eventually. So if you are lying and you're doing all this stuff, you're just wasting your time. You could easily be doing something else. You could be making a hobby, something.
What makes me mad is that these companies don't be suing people. Like, they're ruining people's careers and you're not doing anything about it.
Yeah. No. That's what I appreciate at least about Bake It, because with all the crazy things, all the crazy stuff happening right now about these dating rumors. Well, actually, the YouTuber that was like saying all this stuff about them has said a couple of stuff about the some groups in their under their company, not even just BTS, like TXT, 17, all that stuff.
Oh my man.
She's saying been saying a bunch of stuff, and they've let out statements that they're are filing a lawsuit. They're taking legal action about this stuff. And I was just like,
about time.
Finally. Thank you. Doing something. But SM,
do better.
Yeah, do better, SM. Do you care about your groups at all?
It's always
the only time I've
always
ever heard SM sue anybody, it's against their own members. So they got their priorities over there. Need to learn how to sue the correct people.
Very true.
Dang.
On a random side note, on a very random side note, I have a question for you guys. If you guys were the girls in these scenarios, how do you think it would have went down if he actually had acted like this?
Honestly,
if I was,
it would have been
honestly,
but the moment
honestly, it wouldn't have made it to social media. It would have just been between me and him. Because at the end of the day, that's no one else's business.
Yeah, and that's why I find
really
so sus.
Yeah, I don't really.
Please go to social media, and it's like, why?
Because there was nothing illegal done. It's just him acting up. That's between here. This has nothing to do with everyone else.
Yeah, and then it makes sense. I mean, I feel like he acted like his age. I mean, he was like 18, 19 around this time.
That again, I was like, you guys keep forgetting that these are just normal guys. They're going to do guy stuff. You're telling me there's no K-pop idol in the world who's ever cheated?
I forgot
that's just not
young.
in their DNA.
Yeah, he's actually he's my age, except just a couple months older than me, because he's in January. Yeah.
These are some kids
he's
that
born
are
in 99
into like a whole bunch of limelight.
Yeah, he's a 99. He was born 99, so like all this stuff was happening. She's saying 2019 all stuff. He's like 19. So.
Yeah, I for sure that this wouldn't have made it to the internet. I would have taken care of that whole situation.
Yeah, I would
privately.
I feel like it would be that I wouldn't really tell anybody about this. I mean, for what?
Yeah, what's the reason? Because nothing's gonna happen to him. Because nothing illegal was done.
Yeah, because I'm always trying to see like what's the motive. Do you just like want to ruin his life? Are you trying to get some attention? Are you trying to get him back? Because
a lot of people say
that's not the way to do it.
It's probably like a soul stand of like a wavy member who just doesn't like Lucas for some reason, or just like I said, there's a lot of people who are on the internet who are antis for no reason, but they just like being antis and have nothing else better to do. So and plus a lot of times they can get away with it because again these companies don't really sue or they don't really take action, so like they could get away with it.
Yeah. So
on a more uplifting note, we are not those type of people.
We
we are some real ones.
We have lives.
Yeah, exactly. We don't have time or energy.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know.
I can't tell you how much of us was just trying to rush just to get this episode out. Like we have stuff to do.
We do.
We love y'all, but we got stuff to do.
Yeah, and speaking of that, I think we're coming close to 2 hours.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So, in conclusion, this was a lot. I mean, we never know with these with these idols. I mean, because we don't know them personally. So, I mean, but these allegations that they're coming out with do seem, pretty fishy, so I don't know until just gonna stay neutral on this one. I don't know. I mean, I don't want to say like he just didn't do it because I don't know, but then again, it's like all the evidence you guys are putting out is,
have less evidence next time, guys.
It'll
make you look better.
Sometimes less is more.
Exactly. So I mean, personally, I want Lucas to come back. I mean, kind of low-key miss him, to be honest. I mean, he didn't do nothing illegal. I was just like, I feel like because American artists do worse things.
Yeah,
it's just like
worse.
It's just like this type of stuff doesn't like. I'm just like, oh my god, he's the worst thing ever, and I don't want to, ever, see him
like,
again. And
again, if you are going to be a K-pop fan, please understand that these are just normal everyday people that have some talent. They are not gods, they are not kings, princes. Don't put them on a pedestal. They're just people trying to live their life, dealing with a whole bunch of fame and some crazy people out there. So please stop expecting perfection from them, because no one's perfect. Cut them some slack. SM Town, cut them some slack.
It's funny because people joke too. They're like, Lucas is a player, like we all know. And then it came out that he's probably a player, and everybody's so mad about it.
I'm just like, what y'all said so.
Yeah, he admitted it in several songs. He told y'all.
He said, I'm a bad kind of player. He said this. He told y'all already. But yeah, so to wrap things up.
Go outside and get a life.
Yeah.
Mind your 2022. Walk outside, get some fresh air, put the phone down.
Mind your business.
You guys could even listen to a different genre of music. It's not the end of the world.
Exactly.
Right. Just don't do anything. A break. Yeah. Don't do anything career destroying. Just don't do that.
Yeah.
Unless it's
I mean,
serious.
you ain't gotta like a certain person to me. If you don't like them, that's fine. Just
ignore them.
Ignore them, man. Look into something else. Do something else. You ain't gotta go for people's careers. Come on.
No.
Now. Yeah.
Do you know how many groups there are?
Right.
Yeah, I know,
It's
right?
tons. You could go to anyone.
Exactly. Well, it's a lot. A lot of groups debuting almost every month, to be honest. It's like just it's ongoing. So many groups you can get into.
Get some variety, okay? Get some variety in your K-pop life.
Become multi-stands.
Yes.
It honestly makes you less toxic.
It does. It does. Yeah.
But yeah.
So
especially since 9 times out of 10, you're not gonna have enough time for all of them.
Yeah.
Not.
You can love all of them. You just won't have enough time to know everything about all of them.
No.
Yeah.
You only like can have time for focusing on one group. Okay. Right now it's right now it's like a tease for me, but like right now I have barely know what's going on with anybody else right now. Like I know like a little bit, but like right now it's just a tease. But yeah.
Even with one, it's just hard.
Yeah, even with one.
You have to keep up with lives and Instagram posts.
I know.
Oh, it's it's too much, especially when
as soon as you guys walk outside to try and find them, you're already too far.
Yeah.
Right.
No, as soon as you clear time in your day to first find out where they're gonna be, you've already drifted too far.
Right, because they'd be like, oh, like this group was in America. I was like, when? They're like 30 minutes away.
No.
I was like,
right.
I know.
Maybe in LA somewhere, and I'm like, oh.
You know, that's what happened with P1 Harmony. I was like, when was you in LA? Because I was like, they went live or something.
Like, oh my gosh, when I tell you, it was like a few years ago, and Monsta X was literally here, and they were like at the Honda Center. So that's like, I think it's maybe like an hour 45 minutes from me or something like that. And I didn't know till I was literally walking out to get some dinner, and my mom was watching them on the news. And I was like, oh, they here? And
my mom,
how did you not know? And I was like, well, I don't pay attention to everything. Because you don't have time if you're being a normal human.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like, it's annoying. And like my mom was talking, because she works in LA. I was like, I'd be like, I know you be seeing stuff. Yeah,
it's just get a life, guys. I mean, you know, there just be times like again with the P1 Harmony thing, they went live. I think they were like in New York though, but they were like, yeah, like everybody's like, so how was like LA? And I was like, what do you mean? I was like, what do you mean you were in LA? I was like, he was in LA this whole time. And then they just came out. They just had it come back like today or yesterday or something like that. I watched their video.
Oh, wow.
They did the video in LA. Like you just see the LA buildings in the back. And I'm like, wow, you guys did all this. And I had no idea. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
But that being said, you guys can certainly take time out of your day to listen to us.
Yeah,
we're pretty great.
No.
But not find us. Just listen.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, just listen. Take our time to find us on YouTube and Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Yes. So yeah, don't be weird now.
Yeah. Okay. I did not want that. Nope.
Yeah. All right. So this is the end of the episode. We're about to go into like 2 hours.
We already
I'm pretty sure it's 2 hours.
Oh, okay. Well,
sorry about that, y'all.
It's kind of long. It was a lot. The Lucas thing was a lot. But thanks again, guys, for tuning in to the second episode of the K Korner. We appreciate y'all who listen. So yeah, we'll see you guys next time.
Yep.